Massive game, guys, coming up this weekend with the Warriors versus the Newcastle Knights. Back at the crib, back at Mount Smart this Sunday, and this is my preview for it off the top of the dome. And if you are here for the first time, please give us a like and a subscribe to WAHSUP TV for more New Zealand Warriors content. Try my best to do live streams and these match reviews as well. So hope you are enjoying them. Look, I'm going off the top literally with this one. No notes prepared, but just quickly share my thoughts, what's going to be a busy weekend, and hope you all enjoy your Easter weekend. But firstly, from the team list that was named, RTS back at fullback. Now, massive move. I love it. I think we're going to see a totally different style to what we've seen with Tane, and I've got to commend Tane and have been acknowledging him for the work he's doing. But with RTS back there now, it's going to give a whole different look to what, coming out of yardage, even kind of where he can even rove more around the field. His involvements, his touches, his meters. We might see a massive game of 200 or 300 meters running. Just massive opportunities for him in terms of attack. He can, in set pieces and maybe off the cuff play, he might get it first receiver and take a run himself on a short side, or be interested to see how he works in those link play positions where we're doing double block shapes or we're doing out the back shapes, and what decisions he makes in those situations. But I think he's going to do really well, and I expect a lot of us would think he will do well. An area of concern is maybe defensively and on the high balls. How's he going to take those? He's dropped a few of late. We can't ignore or deny those. But let's hope that he can kind of settle in with a bit more time and maybe a few more reps. That settles down. And but we just see a massive game from him. And for his replacement, I think Pompey coming in is just a smart move. I think it's Pompey. Last year we know about his, played every game, was consistent. You know what he brings, and you know what he doesn't bring as well. So it's not like we need to ask questions or afraid of what may happen. I think Pompey's going to deliver pretty much on what he did last year. And that relationship with Montoya should be reflective of a good combo there. And hopefully that's the reason why I think Webby's gone with Pompey over Leatoa. Is to take the indecision, take out the unknown between Pompey and Leatoa and Montoya, and settle on a combination that's had 24 rounds previously and should be able to gel within a week. And I think Pompey will do a good job there. Now, I think we're pretty clear, and most definitely probably going to play Egan this game. I'm just looking forward to him to getting back into his role, the way he plays. We've missed his style. We've missed especially that first 20 in terms of getting our guys working the ruck, working in behind, shifty dummy passes, all those types of things. And I think he's just going to bring that back. So I'm looking forward to that first 20 to 30 minutes. I'll be interested again to see what this interchange decision is by Webby, whether he does pull him off after 20 or 30. Again, that will solidify the idea that he is definitely going to be using Lussick as an interchange, as part of our interchanges moving forward. So it is taking up literally 2 interchanges for him to go off and him to come back on. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out, and whether Lussick plays that, again, a big portion, like in the Sharks game, the middle of the game, and how that energy transfers and what happens for our middles in that period. But I'm just looking forward to seeing Egan play in general. I think the rest of the squad have kind of rounded themselves out. The team is starting to gel. I think even Metcalf is getting some more touches, more rhythm. And I think he'll continue to develop and do well with Sean. I think they're slowly getting themselves together. If we move to the bench, I think even especially with Marata coming back, a massive, he was supposed to, I suppose, in round 1 be that guy off the bench. And now that we've come here to round 4, we're ready to see him. Now we're going to see how the bench will be used most effectively. And I think he'll come on in that 30-minute interchange, and it will just be a wrecking ball through the middle. So it's really excited to see how he plays. He's very versatile, can play on the edge if we need him. He can play at centre as well. But mainly through the middle, working the ruck, those runs that he makes. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Walker back as well, a massive part of our system, especially our first receiver touches, those types of things, making decisions, creating for others. We're looking forward to that. Jazz did a great job last week. But Walker gives you that other ball playing element that we desperately need. But again, looking forward to him. Bunty, I think Webby's gone with Bunty over Ali because he values what Bunty brings in for, say, 20-minute period there. It's pure defense, although he has good runs, but he's really securing the middles, making sure we stay locked in. And then he's either coming off for a AFB or a Barnett again. He's just getting a quick breather and he's back on. So I think that's kind of the role that we'll see him in. And he's doing well. Like, I'm not saying he isn't. I think he's doing a decent job. And I think that Webby values what he's doing, obviously. And then Freddie Lussick, obviously, doing that interchange role. Mentioned that as well. So overall, this team, I think we're finally rounded out. We got the dub. We're on the board. And we should go up against a decent Knights side who did put away a Melbourne Storm, albeit, they, an unmanned Melbourne Storm team. But they'll come across with a little bit of confidence, I imagine. And again, a team that, if you take back to the finals last year, we really dominated them at home. I think it'll be something almost similar. I think the element of RTS at the back brings another layer, another energy to speed up our sets, to push us forward in momentum. I think, again, the inclusion of Marata and Walker and Egan, all three of those guys are just should have a constant role on. No doubt there'll be moments and lapses in time where we will have probably fall off. But I'm looking for a really strong defensive performance. I've noticed that they've wrapped up the ball, they're tightening up, looking for something similar again. But this time, kind of piling on the points, getting ahead, and especially back home in Mount Smart, I think we should try and really limit our errors, continue that grinded out style, but limit the amount of errors and penalties we give away that release the pressure. And I've been big on that, is that we are still releasing the pressure at the wrong times. You look, for example, at the end of that Raiders game, that was not necessary. The game was wrapped up with 10-12 to go, but we just kept releasing the pressure, giving the ball back, and leaving questions to be answered. And fortunately, we got home. But I really do feel we need to have a settled performance and a strong performance. Look, I'll be honest, I haven't watched much Knights footage. I know their players in general. I'm no doubt they'll be solid. O'Brien is looking for something in his halves. Surprised he's gone away from Hastings and gone to Cogger. Had a good chat with my mate Ash, and he's his big call is on O'Brien, trying to find something in Cogger. But we both kind of valued Hastings as a better halves option, a more settling halves option. So kind of a little bit of subplot turmoil, should we say, that can always have an impact on a team. Yes, they got a W against the Storm, but are there underlying issues or factors that are holding them back? But to come to a hostile Mount Smart will be a big challenge for them. But overall, I think we just are the better squad. You go through, each position. We hold our own. I think we should be able to get on another win on the board here if we just continue to play within our systems. Again, the patience, the execution, the precision is what I believe we need to do, and continue to be strong defensively. That for me is the key. Defensive system has to be strong. But I would love to see, our attack shape, especially with RTS in terms of link play. Just love to see Metcalf get more touches, work the ball, kind of use his running game first to be able to open up the passing game, or vice versa. There should be, I think he just needs to focus on his strengths and what works well for him, and hopefully everything else will fall into place. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I'm sure it's going to be sold out, but massive game. I'm definitely picking 13 plus. For the Warriors. I'm not sure what the scoreline, but I'd love to see maybe us get to 30 points. Maybe the Knights might get to 12 or 16 points, but I think we can get to 30. Again, we talked about, not finishing off our plays. I think we might get a bit more in terms of finishing this week. I'm sure the guys are aware of it. Missed opportunities. How do we complete? How do we finish? And even if you do get tackled, what's the next play to take advantage of a jagged defensive line? Those are the things we need to really think about as well. How do we if we do break a line break and we and nearly get there, what's the next play that's going to take us over the line? So that's something to talk about, something to look forward to. But I'm expecting a 13 plus win on the weekend. Hope you guys are too. Those that are going to the game, enjoy. But appreciate you guys spending some time with me for Off the Top. And if you are here, please give us a like and a subscribe, please. And up the WAHS.